Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I'm going to be reading a few scary stories that I found online. So if that's something that you're interested in hearing, then be sure to click the like and subscribe button and ring the bell so that you're notified whenever I upload more of these. I'm hoping to upload about 3 to 4 times a week, if not maybe more. And if you like this, let me know in the comments below what was your favorite story, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first one. So the first story that we're going to be hearing today, it's called The Writing on the Wall, and it was written by, I'm not going to be able to read the name, well, it's like Erland, J, E-R-L-E-N-D, J. So that is the name of our author. And all of these stories are pretty small and they're all submitted online. The website that I'm on is called Scoop Whoop. So let's get into it. The Writing on the Wall. A young boy lay sleeping in his bed when he heard footsteps outside of his room. He peeked out of his eyes to see what was happening when his door swung open to reveal a murderer carrying corpses of his parents. After silently propping them up on a chair, he wrote something on the wall in the blood of the dead bodies. He then hid under the child's bed. The child got scared beyond belief. He couldn't read the writing on the wall, and he knew the man was under his bed. Like any child, he pretended that he slept through the whole thing and hadn't woken up yet. He lay still as the bodies quietly, hearing the breathing from under his bed. An hour passed and his eyes got adjusted to the darkness. He tried making out the words, but it was a struggle. He gasped when he finally read out the sentence, "I know you're awake." He read as he felt something shift under his bed. The next story is called Blurry by That One Cricket 101. I got my first pair of glasses last week. My parents didn't think I needed them at first, but the doctor said that there was something wrong with more than just my eyes that was apparently pretty common, and that I needed specially prescribed glasses, quote, for my own good. He said that many people were never given the chance to see the way I would, so I was lucky to get them. I thought he meant cars and faraway words would become less blurry, but over the span of a couple of days, more and more things have become more clear. I started seeing nightmare creatures all around. I'd never seen them there before, like in the corners of my room and darkened parking lots. I took my glasses off for the first time today, and let me just say, it's amazing how quickly demons and creatures turn into trees and shadows. I know I'm not seeing the truth, but I'm a simple person. I'd rather things remain blurry, just the way it was for everyone else. The next is called We Didn't Question Why by Movie Man. We didn't question why the small town we'd found after getting lost in the countryside wasn't on the map. We didn't question why the shopkeeper in town didn't have eyebrows or hair on his head. We didn't question why he looked so strangely, greedily at us. We didn't question why the gas at the station we stopped at was so cheap. We didn't question why the clerk at the station, where are her eyebrows and hair, insisted on making a phone call to the back before ringing us up. We didn't question why the funny man outside by our car let us know that the sun was going down. And we didn't question why so many bald people stood on the street watching us frantically leave their town behind. We didn't question why we began pulling our hair out or why we decided to turn around and head back to town. We knew why. All right, I'm gonna read one more, and it's called The Devil by Alicia 091. It's ALYSHIA 091. I always had a problem with sleeping growing up. Many times I'd get sleep paralysis, but after I blessed my room, it wasn't happening in months. This happened to me about a year ago. I woke up in the middle of the night frozen. If I tried to move, I'd get a really loud ringing noise in both my ears. It would get louder each time I moved. I was terrified. I was too scared to open my eyes, but I felt a presence of someone in the room with me. My room is completely dark because I have a small blue nightlight. I open my eyes and see a very tall, dark figure with two horns on each side of his head, just standing there in the corner of my room facing me. I panic and try to move my body. The ringing gets louder and louder and louder, and I can feel myself crying. I close my eyes and my head starts saying, God will protect me. God will protect me. Then I hear a low, evil voice. God can't help you anymore. All right, I don't know if I said the last one was going to be my last one. This is going to be my last one, and it's called The Old Man in the Well by Hot Blooded 1988. The Old Man in the Well. Keith was 12 the first time the old man in the well spoke to him. Keith was out playing after dark on the family's small farm near the well. The old well had beams supporting a rope and pulley that with a bucket attached, even though Keith was told that well ran dry before he was born. Suddenly he heard someone say his name in a slow, raspy voice. Keith whirled around and saw no one. A look of confusion spread across his face as he heard it again. Keith. This time it was said with more force and a bit louder. The voice sounded like one of the old farmers who liked to smoke, thought Keith. Looking down the well, Keith heard the same voice asking, Have you got anything tasty? Keith couldn't see anything past the first 12 or so feet down the well, even though it was a full moon. Who are you? How do you get down there? Keith asked. If you give me something tasty, I'll reward you, replied the voice. All Keith had were some cookies he had stuffed in his pocket as he left to play. He put those in the bucket and it lowered it. And he had lowered it nearly 40 feet and was literally at the end of his rope when no longer felt the weight of the bucket on the rope. 20 seconds passed and he felt the weight of the bucket again and began to pull the bucket up. As he finished the pulling of the bucket up to the top, he heard the voice say, No, nice. He saw a reflection in the bucket and saw a rectangular piece of silver metal about the size of an army dog tag. It was completely flat and smooth. Want fresh? The voice said. Even though Keith tried to talk to the old man again, there was no response. Keith made up a story about where he found the metal and took it to a father who took it down to town and confirmed it was an ounce of pure silver. After that, Keith kept it a secret. It took a while to discover that the old man was only there the night of the full moons. Keith quickly learned that only live things he put in the well would be rewarded, but only once for each time and once every full moon. So one of each kind of animal was lowered down the well and rewarded. Keith now had a cigar box mostly full of silver pieces by the time he was 16, but had run out of different animals to get rewarded for. It was around this time that a local farmhand went missing. He was also the same time that Keith was rewarded with gold pieces for the first time. Once Keith took over the farm, temp workers seemed to vanish every now and then without explanation from the farm. The old man had finally found something tasty enough to always reward. Whew! All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to leave that as the last story that I read today. Be sure to like and subscribe below. Let me know what you thought of the different stories that I read, which one was your favorite, and maybe shoot me a link if you have any stories that you'd like me to read of yours. So thank you again, and you guys have a great rest of your night. All right, bye-bye.